wondered why people have a hard time trusting other people? Or perhaps why you might have a hard time trusting people sometimes? And where does that stem from? And is it in all cases? Is it gender specific? And how is that showing up in your life and affecting your life and your ability to trust? Hi, I'm Jacqueline, and welcome. We at Joyful Living Mindset are so excited that you're here because we believe that there's a great gift within you that's going to uplift humanity in some significant way. And we're here to help you navigate that journey and live your truth. So today I want to spend some time to explore the topic of trust and specifically trust issues. Now, one of my mentors said this to me a while back, and it was really profound. And he said that women generally have trust issues with men because they have either been hurt by men in their lives or they've been betrayed by men in their lives. And then he went on to say that women have a harder time trusting other women because while the men in their life were either hurting them or betraying them, the women in their life stood by and didn't protect them. I was like, wow. That was like an eye-opener for me because that made me reflect back on why is it harder for me to trust and feel comfortable and trust women than I actually do with men for some reason. Like even in a work environment, I tend to, or a networking environment, I tend to just like quickly connect with men and be able to build a relationship a lot easier and quicker than I feel with women. And I always feel like my guards are up. I feel their guards being up. And there's also this sense of kind of competition going on as well. And I never really understood why that is. I thought that maybe that's just like maybe the different characteristics between men and women, where we women tend to pay attention to more details and get fixated on those details more than men. But it wasn't until my mentor said that I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Because even reflecting back in my own journey, it's that when I was hurt, the times when I was hurt by a man in my life, the women in my life that I trusted and that I was hoping to kind of have my back just stood by, right? And it wasn't anything drastic or dramatic per se. So for instance, for an example, I remember growing up, like maybe in I can't remember, maybe junior high years, and where the school would hold dances and whatnot, and I would ask my parents if I can go to the dance and hang out with my friends and whatnot. And you know, I really, really wanted to go, and my dad would just say no. And you know, it's like there's gonna be guys there, and it's just that you're too young, and that he's just not comfortable in it. And I said, but Dad, I really want to go. My friends are going, and I'd be the only one that wouldn't go. I'd feel so left out, and all of that, right? And my stepmom was right there in the conversation, and I was hoping that she would step in at any point to kind of coax my dad and just tell him that, you know, hey, you know what, you know, remember when we were young and we wanted to go out and stuff, and just let her kind of expand her wings a little and hang out with her friends a little bit, and it's, you know, just kind of bridge that gap for me. And instead, it's like, as much as I begged and pleaded, and at one point I think cried, because I was just like so disappointed and why they wouldn't let me go. And I just feel like so like I can't do anything while my brothers can go out and to any dance, school dance or parties or whatever. Like I'm always the one stuck at home, and it was just so unfair. I just felt that injustice. I was just so upset by that. And yeah, my stepmom, she never stepped in to tell my dad and helped him to understand and give me some leeway and kind of supported me in what it is that I wanted to do and experience. And so just like a simple example like that, right? And so from then I just kind of like unconsciously kind of took away that even though my dad was the one who made the decision, who disappointed me and hurt me and upset me by not allowing me to go to the school dance, but it was my stepmom who stood by and saw how much it was hurting me and disappointing me and upsetting me, and she didn't do anything about it. And she didn't come to my aid and support and protection. And so I felt like I was fighting this battle on my own, and no one understood me, and no one was there for me, and no one had my back. And I think unconsciously I took that, carried that with me my entire life. And so when my mentor said that, I mean, it brought me back to those moments, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that just makes so much sense. So now as an adult, all these years when I'm interacting with other women, it's when my guards are automatically up, and I don't trust that they have my back. I don't easily open up to them because I'm unconsciously being reminded that women will stand by and let me suffer and not come to my aid and not have my back. And so that's the what I want to share and spend some time exploring with you and sharing with you in this video, and really reflecting on the trust issues that we have stemming from like things in our past that we didn't quite understand at that, and we didn't have the consciousness to understand at that age. And so it implants in our subconscious as a limiting belief, and that we carry that forward. And as women, I am now on this mission to help us women break that cycle, to break the cycle and understand that we can trust each other. And in fact, we need to trust each other. And we are counting on each other to lean on one another so that we can soar together and feel this sense of true acceptance and belonging that we didn't have growing up or in our past. And that to create this environment and model to other women that we can show up as our authentic self, and we can learn, we can do the work to work on ourselves, to expand our capacity to love and to trust in ourselves, so that we can love and trust in others again. And understand that all these women that we are interacting with and we're encountering out there are probably dealing with some version of their past pains and mistrust of other women who haven't protected them in the past. That they might be unconsciously projecting that guardedness to you. So I invite you to, one, do the work to expand your capacity to love and trust in yourself again, so that you can love and trust in others again, and to hold especially other women in compassion and understanding, and help her to feel safe again, and be the one to lead the way and show her a different way that women can treat other women, that women can be there for other women, that women can have each other's backs, that women can uplift one another. and protect each other. Because imagine if us women can unite to uplift one another, protect one another, and support one another. What can't we do and accomplish and achieve in this world together? What impact and change can we drive forward in this world? And how better would this world be, our children and future generations be, when we reunite hearts and soul like that? So I invite you to just create the space to explore this trust issue that you may be struggling with, and why you may find it harder to connect with other women. And really understand that we're all just navigating through life and being triggered unconsciously most times of the pains of our past, when the women in our lives that we depended on and hoped would be there for us and to have our backs didn't stand up to protect us. And just know that it's probably because she wasn't modeled or shown how to do that in her own life. And so she didn't have the capacity to stand up for you and protect you in the way that you needed back then. But when we do the work to expand our own capacity to love, trust, and honor ourselves, we can model a new way to live, love, and lead, and support and uplift one another with other women. And in turn, we can model that to our children and future generations as well. And so I hope this inspires you to expand your capacity to love and trust, and to the next time that you encounter another woman in a networking event, someone you don't know, or even maybe someone you do know that you just have never clicked, to be able to have a little bit more compassion and to understand that there's something that she's still dealing with inside, and that if you can model that extra and show extra compassion for her, that might just inspire her to also expand her capacity to love and trust in you and other women as well. And that's how we model this new way to connect with one another to other women going forward. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments what your any thoughts, any comments, any questions that you might have on this subject, and I look forward to supporting you more then. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.